Thank you for clicking on this video. Today, let's look at how to bring your favorite Xbox 360 games back on the ROG Ally. I should say back on any PC that are capable to run Xbox 360 emulator, since Ally is a PC just in handheld form factor. Most of Xbox 360 games will be playable on the Ally, and any Windows handheld PC has AMD 6800U or newer chip will be able to handle the emulation really well. So with this video, you don't have to spend $50 to buy a 13 years old game with 720p blurry image, and that can only be played at 30 FPS. That game is running 2 times better on the Ally. I believe you know what I'm talking about here. This is an ultimate guide for Windows-based device. It will guide you step by step to set up Xenia emulator, and even show you how to launch game from your Steam library or Armory crate on the Ally. Let's stop wasting time and get into topics now. Before we start, please make sure you have a keyboard and mouse are ready to use. This will make your life easier on Windows handheld PC. Also, those are the topics that will be covered in this video. First, let's go to Xenia Canary website and make sure you always download the latest release from here. I have linked the download page under this video description. So download the Xenia from here first. Then we need to go to Xenia Canary patch file page and download the patch files from this page. The patch files are pretty useful for improving the gaming performance. Move the page down and we can click here to download the patch file. Once we have both files downloaded, then we can just open them from the download folder. We can close internet browser for now. Next, we need to extract both files that we just downloaded since they are both compressed file. So extract both files first. And then delete the original zip files. Now go inside the game patches folder and copy the patches folder from here into the Xenia Canary folder. Then we need to create a new folder here and name it as ROM. So our game ROM will be placed inside this ROM folder later on. Next, double click on the Xenia Canary and open up the emulator, and then close it. After that, we will see extra files has been created inside the Xenia folder. Double click on the Xenia Canary configure file. Then click edit from top and select font. Then type in full screen in the search bar. Click enter key on your keyboard twice. We will find full screen equal false here. We need to change the false to true so the game will start in full screen mode. After the change is done, we can close this window and make sure you click save here. Now our Xenia folder setup is finished, and we can use this Xenia folder here as a template for every single Xbox 360 game. Also, we can delete the game patches folder from the download folder. Next, I suggest you move the Xenia Canary folder to some other locations on your system. Just avoid having it removed accidentally. I will copy this folder into my C drive. Also, I will create a new folder on my C drive and called Xbox 360, and this folder will be dedicated for all Xbox 360 emulation stuff. So I will move the Xenia Canary folder into this Xbox 360 folder on my C drive. Then select this folder and click copy, then click paste. We will create a duplicate copy of Xenia Canary folder here. I will click paste one more time to create the second duplicate here. Let's say if you have 5 Xbox 360 games, so you will need to make 5 duplicates here. Each Xbox 360 game will take one folder. After the folder is created for each game, we need to rename the folder into the game name. So here I will rename the first folder to Fable 2 and the second folder to Gears of War 2. If you need to add extra games in the future, we just need to duplicate the Xenia Canary template folder here. So make sure you leave the Xenia Canary folder here for the future use. Then we can go inside the game folder and select the Xenia Canary exe file and rename this file to the game name as well. Then I will repeat the renaming process for the Gears of War 2 here. Now the game folders are ready to use. Next, we need to add game ROM into the game folder. So here I will just copy the game ROM from my external hard drive into the Ally, but you can use your Ally to download games directly. Okay, here are the games on my external hard drive. I will copy the Gears 2 into the ROM folder on the Ally. After it was copied over, I suggest to rename it to a short name, so it will be easier for us in the next step. So here I will just name it to Gears 2. Then I will just repeat the copying and the renaming process for Fable 2. So after adding the game ROMs and rename them, the emulator setup is complete. In the next step, we will add the Xbox 360 games into the Steam library so we can launch our game from Steam or Big Picture mode. After the Steam is opened, click on the library. Then from the left bottom corner, click Add a Game. Then select Add No Steam Game. Click Browser on this page and navigate to our Xbox 360 game folder, and select the exe file inside the game folder. Then click Add Selected Program. If your game name does not show on the left side, please don't worry. After a reboot, the Steam will become normal. I will repeat the same process and add the Gears of War 2 into the No Steam game here. So if you have same issue like mine here, the game name does not show up, we just need to exit the Steam and reopen it, the problem will be gone. Okay, once we have the game name show up correctly on the left side, now we can select a game, and then click the gear icon on the right side, then select Property. Under the target, we need add game ROM path so we can launch the game directly. Just go back to the game ROM folder and copy the path from the top address bar. Then switch back to the Steam and paste the path into the target. Then we need type in the ISO file name with extension after the path. Also make sure you follow the format I posted on this screen. If you have incorrect format or path, the game will fail to start. Then I will move to Gears of War 2 and modify the target path in the same way. So basically we have to modify the target path in each game. This process is the key part to successfully launch the game from Steam library. Once we have all the target paths set correctly, now we can launch the game from the Steam library directly. And we don't have to do any controller setup with Xenia. Just make sure your Ally controller is set to gamepad mode. Obviously, we have successfully boot up the Fable 2. Now let's close this game and let's try the Gears of War 2. Yes, the Gears 2 started without any problems. We can now boot up any Xbox 360 games from the Steam library. If this was a PC, that's probably all we need to do. But for the ROG Ally, if we can boot the Xbox 360 game from Armoury, that would be even better. Let's look at how to do that. First, let's open the Armoury. Then click Add from the top right corner. Then press the RB or LB shoulder button. From this window, navigate to our Xbox 360 game folder and select the exe file. Then click down here. Now the game will be added to the Armoury. I will just repeat the same step for the other game. Now we have both games added. From here, select one game. Then press X button on your Ally. Then go to Edit Game Information. On this page, click Edit on the basic information. Under Launch CMD, first delete everything here. Then go back to your Steam and go to the game properties. then copy everything from the target. Then we can switch back to Armoury and paste it into the launch CMD. Just make sure you copied everything over here. Then click done. Press button B on the Ally to go back. I will just repeat the same process for the other game. Once we set the launch CMD correctly, now we can launch the game from here. The Fable 2 works flawless. Let's try the Gears 2 now. Everything works pretty well. Now we can launch any Xbox 360 games from Armoury as well. We can now successfully run Xbox 360 games from the Steam library and Armoury, but the game just looks ugly without fancy artwork. In the last section, let's look at how to add artwork to the Steam library and Armoury. Let's start with Armoury first. The recommended artwork size for Armoury is 1080p or 720p image. I will just download a picture of Google here. This image looks good. I will use this one here. So just save this image into your device. Then go back to the Armoury. Press the X button on your Ally. Then select Edit Game Info. Then move to the right top corner here. Click this edit here. Then click Add. And select the image that we just downloaded. And click Done. Now if we go back to the library, the artwork will show up. I will just do one game as an example here. Now let's move to the Steam library. The Steam will require multiple images for the artwork. We will download all the artwork from a website called Steam GridDB. This website offers lots of artwork for the video games. Now let's head to the Steam GridDB website. All we need to do is type in the game name in the search bar, then click search button. It will search all the available artwork for this game. Under the Grid tab, we can download vertical artwork here. I will pick any one here and save to my device. I will name this one as Fable 2 Vertical. Then we can go back to the main page of GridDB and click on Heroes tab. Under this page, we can download the wide artwork. I will download this one here and save as Fable 2 Wide. Then go back to the main page and click on the Logos tab. We can download this logo here and save as Fable 2 Logo. We can close this web page for now, then go to Steam, select the game, and go to the background area. Right click on your mouse and select Set Custom Background. We need to pick the wide image here. Then right click on the mouse again and select Set Custom Logo. Then select the logo image. Then click Home from the left side of Steam and pick the game under All Games. And right click on your mouse. Then Manager, select Set Customer Artwork. Select the vertical image here. Now we have set up all the artworks in the Steam. If we switch to the big picture mode, we will see the artwork is in working condition. And for sure we can start up the game from the big picture mode as well. Also we can delete all the artworks that we just downloaded. Once you set them up, there is no need to keep them on your device. In the last section, let's look at how to use the game patch files to improve gaming performance. I hope you still remember the patches folder we copied over in the first step. If we go inside the patches folder, we will see the patch file for each game. So from all those patch files, we need to find the patch file for our old game. And make sure you pick the correct patch file version that matches with your game version. Some games will have multiple patch files. Once you locate the correct patch file, just double click and open it up. So don't be panicked when you see all those letters. They are pretty easy to understand and modify. If you look closer, we have all different patch features here. And by simply changing false to true here, we will be able to turn on this patch feature on and off. If we turn on the graphic related patch, which will increase our gaming performance. Some game patch files even come with cheat feature, like Red Dead Redemption patch file. We can have infinity ammo by turning the patch file on. I think this is very fun to play around. Just make sure you click save after you modify the patch file. If you launch the game again, patch feature will apply to the game. That's pretty much all for this video.